I know what you're thinking. What a beautiful, pristine ocean cliffside. You're wrong. It's terrible. Today, we're gonna be making it better. Today we're starting something that I think I'm gonna be working on for probably the next little bit. Bang, flawless. Okay, so what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be taking this entire area. I don't know how far down over there we're gonna do it. We're gonna take it up. We're gonna have it go all the way over here, and there will be bluffs on the ocean side. And we're gonna put like a beach on the bottom. We might even extend it out this way so that it's less of like a sharp drop off there. But we'll have cliff, beach, city up behind it. But we're not doing the city today because that would be a little bit too much for one episode. And right over here, wow. Right over here, where it like kind of peters off like that, I'm gonna use that. It's gonna be like a little road that goes down. There's gonna be like a nice thing over here. I'm not gonna tell you what it is yet because we're all nice and personal right now because I want to keep it secret for later. All right, without further ado, I still need the resources, so I'm gonna go back through the portal behind me and get those. This area is actually like really far away from my main base right now, so it's gonna be a little bit of a journey. This is the wrong portal. I'm at the end. All right, here we are. I recently made a slime farm that doesn't really work. At least I got like a lot of stuff that I can use to terraform. I'm thinking I'm gonna mainly use andesite and normal stone and probably deep slate. Oh, and also this basalt over here is probably going to come in handy. We also have a little bit of tuff, but I low-key need some more tuff. One thing we're really missing a lot of is grass and dirt, so I'm gonna need to dig a lot of that. Oh, great heavens, it's nighttime. Yeah, I have 2 empty shulker boxes that I need to fill up with dirt and grass, so I'm gonna fly probably across the ocean here and get a lot of dirt. I have a bunch of extra diamond shovels, efficiency 5. Alright, when I get back, this entire grass place will be destroyed. Alright, I got this space done. I filled up my shulker boxes way quicker than I expected. I even filled up like this extra one that I brought and my entire end chest, so hopefully that's enough, but if it's not, I can come back and do some more digging. Now I want to go over there again. And now we're here, so I'm gonna just basically, I'm just gonna trace out like where I want everything to be with some dirt blocks. Would you be quiet? Bada bing, bada boom. The last few blocks, I got a little carried away. I said I was just gonna do the outline, but I ended up filling it in all the way down across to make this nice little slope over here. It goes all the way up there. There's still no cliff. That's the next part that we're going to work on. We need to fill in this entire area all the way down. And I have a few ideas about how I'm going to do that. I did a little bit more resource gathering. I actually built a moss farm, and it was one of the only farms that I've ever successfully built that actually worked. And now we have plenty of moss, which I think is going to come in handy. And then I also went down into my mine, and I just dug a bunch of tough until I got this full shulker box of tough. Alright, so the materials we're going to be using for this cliff are basalt, deep slate, tough, andesite, stone, and then moss at the tippity top. And that creates this nice gradient, and I'm using basalt and deep slate at the bottom and kind of going up into lighter colors. I want to give the impression that the water is kind of hitting against the rock and making it like wet. I want the bottom of the cliff to be darker to kind of give that impression. And now I think I'm gonna do like a small section of it just as like a proof of concept, so I can see if it actually works. Okay, let me get out here so I can see it a little better. Okay, I actually like this a lot. I really like this gradient, especially how it gets like super light up towards the top and then how the grass comes down a little bit towards the edge. And I think that when we extend it all the way down this entire thing, it will look really cool. Wonderful. What a majestic cliffside. I actually really do like how this turned out. I got it done all the way down, across, this way, and over here to the very end. I really love flying alongside this cliff, and you can tell because I'm basically out of rockets. What a joy it is to run alongside my new cliffside. But there's something missing! I need more of this stuff going on. And by this, I mean beach. We're really lacking a beach right now. And I think that that's the next step. But I also do not have like any sand. So we're going to need to fix that before we do that last piece of the puzzle. So back I go over to my base. Man, it is really slow to get over here. And there it is. The desert appearing on the horizon. Oh, hey! Look at you. Alright, it's time to do the same thing that I did with the grass, but now with sand. How did this giant hole get here? How did all of this sand get into my shulker chest? Why are you still watching the video but not subscribed? Life has so many questions. What a mysterious world we live in. And I can't answer those questions. Why does it keep telling me to craft wooden planks? That's another question. What was that noise? Alright, how are we gonna do this? Sand is a tricky one to work with the gravity and all. I think if we go like along this way, place a little bit of the sand on top, and then we extend it out a few blocks. And we go down one layer, fill this in again, and one more layer down, fill in like so. Ready? Turn around. Okay. I think that's a little bit too far. Great, now it's raining. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. Okay, now let's try some stone cutter action on the sandstone. Just make a lot of these. And we can go in and smooth some of this out a little bit. Okay, I like that. I like that. All right, let's put this all the way down there. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just adding some final touches to my wonderful, flawless cliffside beach. I went and collected some of these things just to kind of add the last little flair that I want. This is such a beautiful, beautiful addition to the game. And you can place it on anything. You can place it on You can place it on, not water, but you can place it on sand. You can place it on up here. You can place it, it's beautiful. I knew there had to be a catch. The only catch is that you can't, like, bone meal it to get more. So I'm gonna have to use it a little bit sparingly, but we can still dot it in with some of this shrubbery that I'm putting in. I thought that you could place firefly bushes on sand, but it turns out you can't, which is really disappointing. I've already added some of these just as like little rocks lying across the beach. Okay, let's look at it from afar. Okay, I like the little pops of color. We got a lot done in this episode, and there's plenty of more where that came from. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've really enjoyed making this. Please consider leaving a like, subscribing, coming back for the next episode. And I'll see you guys later.